Hello, it's Harnas here, and welcome back to Sea Encounters Capital Ships. So let me just pause time for a second, and let's have a look at today's participants. So in this corner, we've got Wrathguard Destroyer Group by Dragonslayer. So these nice DDs here. So, and they are of course fighting against Andromache 2 by Anikel. So let's first take a look at the DDs. Alright, so we've got some interesting and unique hull shape. Yeah, actually the front looks like it's taken from a much bigger vessel, but then it tapers down a bit. Yeah, quite interesting. I wonder what kind of properties this hull has. Does it give any benefit to the ship? And then we've got 3 turrets, only 3 turrets. Doesn't seem like a lot on this type of ship. However, I think it's compensated by these 2 big boys here. So we've got some hefty large gauge torpedoes, a pair per ship. So yeah, it can definitely hurt if it hits. We've got 6 propellers per boat. That's really a lot. Okay, detection, standard selection pretty much. Okay, I'm just quickly checking if all those ships are identical, and yeah, I think they are. One might have sub-vehicle spawners just to spawn the other ones, so no extra resource is wasted on the spawn stick, so I think it's a good choice. Okay, some simple painting here, but I think it's sufficient. Overall, I like the design. Maybe a bit blocky, maybe a bit squarey, but I don't think it really hurts the design. So let me jump onto the other side. So it's Andromache, or Andromache 2. I think this is a Greek mythology name, if I remember correctly. I don't remember what that character actually did. Nevertheless, I just remember that this is from ancient Greek mythology. All right, so Anikel, it's our champion from the previous Sea Encounters, from Sea Encounters battleships. So I really wonder how this one is going to perform. And you know, Anikel rarely disappoints with his design. So let's see what he brought here. Okay, so we've got some retros here for detection. Powerful forward-facing guns, so 500 mils times 3 times 2, and 1 turret in the back. So pretty much very standard and very, I would say, performance effective kind of layout, used in real life and used in the tournaments as well. It's pretty effective. And we've got here quite unique secondary turrets. So Anikel decided to put the extra pair basically vertically on top of the second ones. So it's a good choice. Maybe it's not historical, you know, historical like, or as it was made for majority of ships in the past, but nevertheless, what the advantages here is that it's got a better firing arcs. So there is no pesky, you know, second pair of barrels that cannot stick out of the superstructure. So here it's very, you know, crisp, and the guns are pretty much aligned in the same line. So as long as the bottom one does not touch or fire through the top one, and I think the difference of length just ensures that, it should be good. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's the shell composition on the secondaries, but the primaries, I think this is some sort of a kinetic penetrator. So of course with a mandatory HE round. Okay, let's have a quick look at the very spacious and luxury-like superstructure. We've got some control room here, nice, a bit of antennas. Yeah, it's okay. Some stacks. It's maybe not, you know, top-notch kind of aesthetics like we saw earlier, but for sure it looks very, very nice, and I hope this is going to be effective. All right, enough of rambling, and let's get the battle started. All right, so Anicle's ship accelerates. It just uses 2 screws. Common feature on many battleships here. Okay, salvo away, and let's observe the effects. Just 1 second, let me just double check, because I think I've forgot. Yeah, indeed I did. I forgot to change the automatic detection. So yeah, just fixing a mistake right now before any ship actually gets hit. Yeah, just maybe a couple of percent, fraction of a percent was hit on the destroyer, but let's just quickly fix that. Sorry about that. Okay, so we should see shells falling in the water. So the range to target is 5 km. So the range is being dropped really quickly. Destroyers are relatively fast, so they are approaching the target. They want to send those torpedoes, and yeah, the main battery shells from Andromache, they are a little bit of mismatch against those small craft. So I'm expecting a lot of over penetrations here. However, if they go like that, we can see some pens just through the entire ship. I think it is possible. So let's see. But for now, yeah, the battleship is struggling to actually get a decent hit here. Secondaries also overshooting, but as the distance is going to decrease, I think we are going to see more and more hits on target. That's unavoidable and inevitable. So for sure more hits are going to happen here. Okay, this one is getting a little bit focused down. Looks like the torpedo system might have been clipped. Not sure if it's disabled. Destroyers are beginning to angle pretty much nicely. I have not seen any torpedo launch, so perhaps they are more on the short range. So let's see. Let's see the damage on the battleship as well. I don't think it's anything major, but yeah, some hits are landing, mostly superstructure, but battleships is really angling quite aggressively, so bringing all the guns into bear from at least one side and really shooting everything there is. So let's come back to the destroyers. Okay, they are still charging forward. Looks like they have temporarily abandoned the broadside. I have not seen yet any torpedoes being launched. So let's check the distance. Okay, it's 2.5 km. So yeah, it's It's pretty close. It's a close range. I would expect the torpedoes to be launched really, in a moment, pretty much, because beyond 2 km, it's a dead zone, pretty much. Oh no, yeah, one of the DDs have already sniped. Not sure if this was the main gun or a secondary, but yeah, it was definitely clip in the AI, and it's AI dead. I'm not sure if there was any redundant AI on board. All right, I would really like to see those torpedoes in action. Yeah, but I can see that at least one of the tubes is damaged, and there's no tube anymore on that one. So yeah, okay, main shell landed. Oh, that was a good hit and definitely an over penetration. Yeah, it just went through the whole hull. So it might have not delivered all the damage, but nevertheless, this was a serious blow. Again, this looked like yeah, like it went through. Another salvo. Okay. All right, so only 56% remaining for the DDs. Yeah, unfortunately, no torpedoes have been launched. I'm a bit disappointed by that. Alright, so we have another AI snipe. So this one is going to the bottom of the ocean or dissolving in water. And this one is still remains. So yeah, I must say it's taking into account the firepower that the battleship is putting out or dishing out. I think the destroyers have really survived quite a lot, and taking into consideration that they actually pushed to close the distance. They did not try to kite or stay at range, where they could definitely avoid a lot of shells. So for this quote-unquote brave strategy, they have survived relatively long. Okay, yeah, and that was the final blow. Again, the AI have been disabled, have been destroyed. So that's it. That's end of the battle. Let's have a quick look at the battleship's damage. And yeah, there's nothing really too much broken. I don't even think that a single secondary have been disabled. I think all of them are still intact. Same for the main guns. So just a few holes here and there in the superstructure, and very shallow dents in the hull itself. So that's I think all the damage that there was. All right. So condolences to Dragon Slayer, but we should not worry. We will see his destroyers once again, or more than once again, actually a couple of times in the next battles. And congratulations to Anikel. I think that Andromache is definitely a ship to look for and to look at advancing in the tournament. I think, let's see how it goes, but I think that it's got a lot of survivability and a lot of firepower. So congrats to Anikel. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.